I can't live without the turn bezel though, Samsung. Don't get my words misconstrued, player. I want y'all to know that. It's time to tell the people the truth. I gotta be honest, y'all. I think I was wrong. I kind of jumped the gun. But I will say this, the one thing that I'm not wrong about is I still wholeheartedly feel it was a mistake to not release a Galaxy Watch 5 in the classic edition. But what I will say as a redemptive note for the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro is the fact that although this does not have the rotating bezel, it's not as off-putting as the flat design, which you get on the Watch 5, as far as the bezel goes. Since Samsung has given us this, actually, I find it very clever, the way that they kind of like curved up the touch-sensitive portion, and it negates from it feeling like such a large bezel when it comes to this watch. So as we put it on, and y'all getting a sneak peek at one of my custom watch bands, this rose gold one, which is absolute fire. Link down in the description below. Get you one if you like it. Comes in other colors like black and silver as well. So you can get those. But these are really nice watch bands. I'm just keep it all the way 1000. I fell in love with these watch bands. It's to the point to where, you know, rose gold, I've always appreciated it. But now I really, really appreciate rose gold to the point where I'm going to be doing a whole rose gold swap, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, as you can see, I got my watch face matching the watch band. I got my custom watch face, which I was most worried about was how would these nice Tudor and Rolex and traditional watch faces fit on the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. Now, as you can see, there's still like, you know, that missing bezel area where if I pull up the Watch 4 Classic, oh, don't drop it, player. That bezel area is just well within there. It's just so much more of the traditional vibe, which to me personally looks better. Now, where I'll say I was wrong is here. You can live with a Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. Even as someone who loves the bezel, I can live with it because it's okay. I'm not in love with the fact that it doesn't have the rotating bezel, but I can get along just fine. And that's one of the things I just wanted to correct and be honest and forthcoming about. But it's something that I couldn't judge until I had it in hand and in person, which is what I said in my previous videos. Let me get it in my hands. Let me fill it out in real world usage. Now, with that being said, let's get into my first couple of days initial impressions review on this here smartwatch, because I got a lot of thoughts to say. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, like out of all of the watches that released, my two favorite are these two. The 40mm Watch 5 and this rose gold edition with this black band right here. This is a vibe right here. And then this Watch 5 Pro in the black with this rose gold. Yeah, I'm on my rose gold kick right now. But this watch here is amazing when it comes to battery life. I'm gonna get straight into it. So one of the things that people want to know most about is the battery life. Here's how I'll kick it to you. So we at 43% right now. I'm already a day. I'm almost 2 days in. So this watch is showing me that old reminiscent of this watch right here, the Galaxy Watch. The battery life on this was absolutely amazing. And I've said it in my previous video that Samsung needs to go back to this battery life. This battery life was crazy. It was the 2 to 3 day battery life. And literally, you guys, with the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, it has returned. So shout out to Samsung. But let's break down the Watch 5 Pro, what it really offers. Let me just say this. One of my biggest cons with this watch is the price point. I'm not gonna lie, the price point, it's a tough pill to swallow, Samsung. You know what I mean? Especially considering internally, not much has changed. If we look at the Watch 4 Classic, the chip that's in this watch is the same chip that's in this watch. Where's the upgrade there? Not much. Now, granted, smartwatch chips, they don't upgrade on the same cycle as smartphones. So, fair, kinda. But a big thing that some people might wanna know with the Watch 5 Pro in its favor is the titanium and the fact that that reduces the weight. Yes, the watch is bigger. Look, she's thick. I showed you guys in my previous video, putting it side by side, but this is a thick watch. So if you're not into those, like, you know, sea dweller, diver style watches, or like just bigger watches, which it doesn't have that look. So this is the saving grace. Although it has like the thickness and the chunk of some of those like diver style watches, it doesn't have that look. And those watches usually look like super utility and chunky and buttony and all that. This is very on par with like the 44 millimeter Galaxy watch. Very on par with that. Samsung did a good job with the look. It could have been better with a rotating bezel, Samsung, but you did really good with the look. And here's my thing. Although the titanium is nice in the sense that this is lighter than the previous model, I'll do all the spec offs and all that when I do my versus video against the 4 Classic. They've done classic versions with titanium before. It's a titanium watch, but we still could have did a titanium classic version. If weight is your argument, I don't think so. I just think this is Samsung's attempt to just cater more to the active user versus the classic user. And that's really one of my biggest gripes is, what about us classic users? So I'm still fighting for the classic user, don't get it twisted. But I can admit that I was wrong to just be 100% off-putting to this before getting it. I'm still mad though. In all hindsight, when it comes to this watch and the upgrades from previous generation, which would be like the Watch 4 Classic, not much. You know what I mean? Same internals, same ratings on like water resistance. The weight is lighter, so that's a plus. Battery is way better, so that's a big plus. Like the same tech, right? My biggest saving grace on this watch is it doesn't look bad with traditional faces. As you guys can see, this thing looks good. This is a really nice looking watch. It wears really well. Although it's a big watch, it still wears really well on my wrist, as you guys can see. It's not as bulky looking as like if I were to put the 44 millimeter, which I think just kind of has that bulk because of those bands and stuff, which is why I'm not the biggest fan of sport bands unless I'm doing like sport activities, obviously. But like, I like to put these nice stainless steel, traditional looking bands, classy. Now, storage on this thing, 16 gigabytes. I feel like Samsung, I'm gonna challenge you to up that, because you know, Apple Watch starting at 32 gigabytes, why not match them? Since y'all just trying to match Apple swag in so many ways, let's match the internal storage. Let's get 32 gigabytes, especially on a Watch 5 Pro with that price point that you hit in the set. Cause it was steep. Oh, another great thing I love with the Watch 5 Pro is the charger that you get. The charging cable that comes with the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, USB-C. I didn't pull out the charging cables from the regular Watch 5, so I'm not sure if it's the same, but this charging cable with the USB-C and the fast speed that this watch charges is phenomenal. You know, all of the smartwatches typically have a nice quick charge to them, but yeah, it's definitely a watch that you can be a little more carefree when it comes to battery, and that's the beauty of having a larger battery. And that makes using a smartwatch so much more ideal, because traditional watches you don't have to charge. So those are like really just super convenient. But smartwatches that you don't have to charge nearly as often, and smartphones that you don't have to charge nearly as often, to me personally, in this world of tech, every day you grinding, you hustling, you might forget to charge your device. At least allow me that grace period. If I forget to charge my device, I still can go on with my device. And the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro answers that. So everyone that complained about the battery life on the Watch 4 Classic and Watch 4 or whatever, here's your answer. For those people who may have complained about the Watch 4 Classic being too heavy, here's your answer. Now, as far as too bulky, I can't say that this is the answer, because this is a lot more thicker and bulkier than the Watch 4 Classic. But I will say, as a long time Galaxy Watch user and owner, appreciator, I appreciate them for their style, their look, their grace. I can say I was wrong in prejudging the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, and I can say that I can live with a Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. I can't live without the turn bezel though, Samsung. Don't get my words misconstrued, player. I want y'all to know that. But I can live with the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. So I will be doing updated reviews. Let me live with it a little longer. But I'm just telling you guys, on these last couple of days, my initial impressions, this battery life is phenomenal. This look of this watch is nice. This titanium, the lightness, I appreciate. So like a lot of the things that I've always like kind of nitpicked and may have said were like slight cons and things that, hey, if you fix this, if you fix that, Samsung actually fixed them. Just fix the bezel, turn bezel, add that in there. All right, Samsung? So I just want you guys to know the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro is a go. Oh, and don't forget, smash the subscribe button along with the bell. Subscribe and hit the bell.